Hello and welcome to Uncommon Perspectives. Today I'm going to be talking about how the days were formed, or like how they were made back in the original days. In ancient times, astrology was the main source of science back then, so we were only aware of 7 planets at the time, and so I'm not sure if Uranus or whatever weren't there, or whether they just didn't spot them. I doubt that they didn't spot them because they were quite clever. But basically the system was, they built upon the Egyptian 24-hour day. They looked at how the moving stars, which they called them, we call them planets now, they looked at them and saw that in each hour of the day the stars were in a particular section of the sky. They assigned each hour of the day to a planet, but because there were only 7 planets it wasn't equal, and so in each day after would be different starting planet that crossed the horizon. And so that's how they got that. They named each day after the planets. So the order is this. It goes Sunday, obviously, which is the sun's day. Monday is moon day. Tuesday is Mars day. Wednesday is Mercury's day. Thursday is Jupiter's day. Friday is Venus's day. And Saturday is Saturn's day. And the reason why some of them aren't similar to the planet names that we have now is because it got mixed up during like the Old English times, I think, where there were Nordic gods that they assigned certain attributes to which matched those that had been assigned to the planets in astrology. Like Mars is the god of war, and I think the god was Tues or something like that. But I'm not going to be getting into that right now too much. So yeah, those are the orders of the day, and those are the original assignings of energies. So let's go into the term days, D-A-Z-E, and I'm not just playing with words here, it's actually some real shit I'm talking about. When you speak certain words, right, they actually hold a certain vibrational frequency, not just in sound, but in intention. And so when you have 2 words that sound the same coming out of your mouth with the vowels that you're using, because the vowel is the vibrational form of language, whereas the consonant is like the male putting direction of where the vowels go, like all of that. Yeah, so when we look at the word days, it actually relates to the word days, as in D-A-Z-E, and so the words that are related to days, or that sound the same as days, like haze, craze, crazy, maze, phase. When you're in a daze, you're confused and you can't see clearly what's going on. When there's a haze, there's a fog, or there's something that is putting you in between what you need to see. You can't see it clearly. What is crazed or crazy? It's when you can't see the actual reality of a situation and you're dazed, if you like. What was there? Oh yeah, and if you're a teenager, you might bring home someone of the same sex, and your parents might say that you're confused and lost and going through a phase, not seeing things clearly. And so, do you get what I'm saying here? With etymology, which is the study of the origins of words, you can either go from the logical sense, or you can go from the feeling sense and how things sound, because there's 2 sides to everything. So when you look at the word weekdays, when you're living in the weekdays, you are in a weekdays, and when the week ends, the weakness ends, and you might have energy to even go and party. Whereas during the week, in a job, then you're just sitting there all day, weakening you. It's weakening you, because not just because of the word, but because of what the word represents, and the word is just a symbol of what that is, and it drives it home. So, if you're given like the first day of the week, or the second day of the week, let's say it's a moon. The moon in astrology is assigned to wateriness, emotion, and the hidden side of things. So on Mondays you might be more watery and emotional. You might even be groggy, and that's you might think that I'm just looking at the days and assigning it because of what it is, but because of what society has actually built itself upon. But do you not realise that astrology was before all of this society? Like, we didn't create this, we're just imitating. But anyway, yeah, when you're calling the Monday moon day, you're giving that whole energy to the moon. Now, I'm not saying that everyone has to be watery and emotional, but the kind of default line is shifted a little bit towards that side of the spectrum, and people might operate more towards the side of that when it comes to emotional interactions and any interaction really. So I hope you learned something new in this video. I hope that I put a whole new perspective on things, or maybe change your mind, or maybe you want to say something that you disagree with, and definitely do that. Say that in the comments and we can have a chat. It's been Uncommon Perspectives, and have a nice day.